Blessings, peace, and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. It is your brother, Jehoshaphat Israel, here in the house that God has made. Now, I'm posing early this morning time. I'm gonna pose this question. I tried to shoot this video yesterday. I just ran out of time. Then I got tired. But it's a new day. Glory comes early in the morning time. You better take this day and be grateful for what you got. If you're not grateful for what you got, then how can God entrust you with more than what you have? If you don't take a pleasure in the small to the greatest things that you got, how can God give you something much more greater than what you have? Glory comes early in the morning. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Family, we here. Now, the question that I pose for today is, can a man have a platonic relationship with a woman? Can he? Can he have a platonic relationship outside of any relationship that he might have right now with a woman? Me personally, I know my weaknesses, and I don't think that I would be able to have a girlfriend without pressuring her into making love. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? The dog is going to come out of me. My aggressive is going to come out. All that stuff is going to come out of me. I'm going to be plotting and planning and being conniving and being manipulative, all to get in that woman's pantaloons. And he'd be like, damn, Jehoshaphat. So I wouldn't even step out there like that. I don't think it's possible unless the man is a homosexual and he don't like women. Then maybe that woman could have friends with a man, but then again, it's not a man like me, so I can't even say that man is more on the effeminate. He's not masculine like that, and me personally, I cannot see a man being with a woman and they be okay. Did they grow up together? You know what I'm saying? If they grew, probably, maybe if they was little boys and little girls together and they grew up into their adulthood and then they were still friends, maybe. But that's a large maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's a large maybe. That's like 90% off. I think that it wouldn't happen like that. So a man being in a friendship with a woman, is that man single? Okay, let's say he's in a committed relationship. Why would you want to have a woman friend? That's disrespectful to me, to be honest with you. So let's say the man, he has a girlfriend. Why would he want to disrespect his woman like that? He already got a woman at the house. Why is he trying to entertain the likes of another woman? So me personally, on my own thoughts, I would never want to disrespect my girl like that. So I wouldn't even have a female friend in the first place. But if it was so to speak, and I wasn't in a relationship, I do not think that I would keep the relationship going, because I would keep on pressuring that woman subconsciously to have sex with me. And you know how a man behavior is, my actions. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn shame when we down here on this earth, and we're not just by ourselves, because we have our flesh, and our flesh is alive. So y'all can't sit up there and be mad at me. I'm speaking on the control of a man. It's only so much that my mental is going to be able to resist that woman. But what about my flesh? My flesh is going to be my flesh is going to be craving that woman. So this is why I say subconsciously, I'm going to be getting at her. Subconsciously, I'm going to be pressuring her. Subconsciously, I'm going to be alluding to me getting a chance to make love to that woman. So me personally, I don't think it's possible for a man to have a platonic relationship with a woman unless that woman be's in his family. Now that'll work. You know what I'm saying? Like a cousin or something like that. You know what I'm saying? An auntie or something like that. That will work. You know what I'm saying? But far as in a woman outside of family, I don't think it's possible, because I think that man will always be trying to get in that woman's panties all the time. He'll sit up there and play on her emotions. He'll sit there to try to get her to separate herself from her boyfriend or her husband. You know what I'm saying? Just so he can get some.
Doesn't have female friends, I don't trust them. Hear me out. If a man is not able to have platonic relationships with females, that means I cannot trust you. You can always tell a boy who has no female friends. They don't know how to talk to females. They don't know what kind of subjects to bring up. They think that there's a certain criteria or certain topics that you can only use with females. They normally only flirt with females when they're around them, and they're very misogynistic in their way of thinking. Now, boys who have females as friends normally can talk to females, be in the same room with females without flirting with them, usually have standards, I'm not gonna lie. And getting females' attention isn't that big of a deal to them because they get it from their friends. Female touches and female conversation and talking to them does not arouse them unless they actually are attracted to that girl. Boys that don't hang out with girls can't do that because they don't know how to interact with females. All they look at us as is something to fuck. Also pay attention to how they interact with their friends. They treat girls like guys. A man doesn't have...
See, that's the problem right there. You ain't supposed to treat a woman like a man. It just goes back to the same. Why would a man want to entertain a woman that he's not making love to? It'd be a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? But be like, we got friends, we got brothers, we got uncles, we got cousins, we got grandfathers, we got homies. You know what I'm saying? We got homies. You know what I'm saying? Man to man. You know what I'm saying? Man to man. Why would I want to entertain a woman that I don't have no access to her body like that? That'd be a waste of my time like that. Far as in being a true friend, this friend can come around me anytime. We just talk. We're not trying to be all intimate. All that energy is supposed to be given to your woman, not wasted on some estranged woman that you just want to be friends with. Maybe I'm more traditional. Maybe I'm old fashioned. Maybe I'm too old school, but I would never want to entertain a woman that's not my woman like that. It'd be a waste of my energy, a waste of my time, a waste of my resources. It'd just be a waste. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not building nothing up. We just don't sit up here and build with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Build with somebody that we can't profit from. That makes no sense. But let's get more into this.
So a dude hit me up on the gram the other day and he said, Prince Donnell, can I have a wife but still be friends with other women? And the answer to that question is hell no. And it may sound arrogant when I say this, but I'm too good of a dude to be friends with single women because I have so much to offer and I'm so friendly that might turn that single woman on. And next thing you know, I'm dealing with temptation and I don't need that in my life. You feel what I'm saying?
You seen what the brother said? And then that's the other shoe on the other foot. What if I'm able to sit up here and refrain from getting at that girl like that? But then the quality of man that I am, she's turned on by it. You know what I'm saying? So if the man is not going to pressure the woman into sex in that so-called pseudo platonic relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the woman. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, no, Jehosa, I was friends with my friend for 30 years and we never did nothing. But that's an anomaly. That's 1 out of a million. You know what I'm saying? That's like an anomaly or something. That don't happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's like finding the gold at the end of a rainbow. Who done seen that? Nobody. That's like actually catching a leprechaun and taking this damn pot of gold. Who the hell seen that? That's like actually seeing a damn, what do they call it? The horses with the horn. I seen a unicorn for one time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that there is a unicorn, but ain't nobody never seen none. So I don't think so. I still don't think so. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a element of someone in that relationship that want the other person. My bad, brother. My bad. Go ahead, brother. I still got time this morning.
And I want to let all my fellas know this. If a woman found you worthy enough to be a husband, that means other single women will find you worthy too. But here's the thing. You don't know their intentions. And next thing you know, you was too friendly to that chick. And now you end up homeless because you laid up in that hotel with that chick. Your wife found out and you lost your entire family. Don't do it to yourself. Listen, if I got any women as friends, they acquaintances. They friends with me and my wife. You feel me? So that nothing could ever get in between because I don't play around with temptation. And you too good of a dude to be playing around with temptation.
And I gotta still bring up the fact, okay, he said he not even gonna play around like that. He ain't gonna do that. I just would never want to disrespect a woman that I love like that. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to disrespect her with another woman to where it'd be a little traces of the thought in the back of her mind that I could be stepping down on her like that. I would never want to put my baby girl in a situation like that. Where Jehoshaphat? Oh, where Jehoshaphat? What he doing? He said he finna go pick Nyla up. And it's been 45 minutes and he still ain't came home. I don't need that pressure, brother. You know what I'm saying? Brother, you know what I'm saying? I don't need that pressure on my life. And then in the back of her mind, every time I'm with this chick, she think we're doing something. I would never want to disrespect my woman like that. Brother, thank you for coming to the show this morning. Thank you for coming to the show this morning.
I was asked a question last night about whether or not men and women can actually be platonic friends. I said yes, but it all depends on the origin of their relationship. Now, if the origin of their relationship had one of them liking the other person, I say no, because that individual is only suppressing their initial feelings.
Okay. Now this is another chance right here. Now, if I grew up with this woman like she was my sister, okay, that's a definite possibility. She's not, we play cousins or something. It's a play sister or something. That is not my biological sister. That's not my blood. That ain't my kinfolk like that. But we've been together for so long. And I done known this girl from the time we was little boys and little girls that now I look at her and I view her no different than my sister. Now, in that case, yes. In that case, yes, they both grew up together. The parents know the parents. They in the family. They in and out. Just like a play cousin. Just like your play cousins. That's not your real cousin. You know what I'm saying? That is not your cousin like that. But y'all got love for each other. Now y'all family. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all family. So if it was that case, then yes. But how many times does that happen?
To keep that person around. I don't care what anybody says about that. But if they literally had a genuine friendship, say they grew up together, they were co-workers and all this other stuff, I do believe that they can actually be friends. So again, the nature or origin of a relationship will tell you a lot about whether or not a relationship is genuine.
Now, me, thank you for coming to the show this morning, Tom. Brother, thank you for coming to the show. Now, me personally, I wouldn't even mess with a chick. I don't mess with sisters who mess with white boys. That's on top, right off the top. Right? I would never mess with a sister. I would never. You know what I'm saying? I would never mess with a sister that's been with a white man or like white man. Off top, I don't mess with black chicks like that. I don't mess with our sisters like that at all because they got a self-hatred inside of their head. Now, back to the friendship, I would have to strongly disagree with him because he said that any woman can have a relationship like that comes into your life. So I would have to disagree with that. And I remained on my first settlement. I wouldn't want to disrespect my woman like that at all. Brother, thank you for coming to the show.
Can you be platonic friends with a woman?
I just don't think so because it's going to be times in that woman's life to where she's going to be separated from her man and she going to need that lending shoulder to lean her head on, and that's her friend. You know what I'm saying? So how can I say that feelings and emotions won't get caught up into that? How can I say that? You know what I'm saying? The woman, she doesn't have a man, but she has a best friend. Now she start growing feelings and emotions towards that man. Now, to be honest with you, I would never even mess with a woman. Okay, you got the first one, the sister that date white man. I don't mess with sisters like that at all because they don't have no love for their race like that. I'm sorry, you can take it for however you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man. I live in North America. I got love for my people. You know what I'm saying? And they openly choose to step outside of their race. I don't mess with sisters like that. Now, women that have male friends, I don't mess with women like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't, hold up. You got who? Yeah, my friend is just stopping by and we gonna watch a movie real quick. Nah, hell nah. The only thing masculine around that woman, it should be me and me alone. That's it. I do not mess with a woman that feels as if she needs to have multiple. It don't even got to be multiple. It could just be one Negro. You know what I'm saying? I do not mess with sisters that sit up here and have male acquaintances. I'm good.
Have I'm a woman and I wanted to have sex with all my male friends. So that means he want to have sex with all his female friends, but it came from him. That don't mean it's true. He can have a genuine platonic friend that he grew up since he was 5 years old, and they look at each other like they sisters and brothers or cousins, or like, and there's like nothing there,
That's
but it's
real.
like,
Is it
yeah.
possible?
So
You know what I'm saying? Is it possible?
I'm a woman.
Is it possible? You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? But on the same coin, on the same token, on the same foot of the same shoe, that man ain't sitting up there and he got 10 platonic relationships with other females like that. Doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that's rare. That's like the damn unicorn. If it is, it's not so many of them. You know what I'm saying? I'll never sit up here and mess with a woman and she gonna sit up here and tell me, oh, Jehosa, I got a platonic relate. Nah, I don't even play like that. I don't even play like that. Okay, I'll go ahead and leave it here. I'll leave the conversation right here so you could pick it back up in the comments. I want to know what you think. Can a man have a platonic relationship with a woman? Can a woman have a platonic relationship with a man? I want to hear what your thoughts on it. So go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff y'all usually do. But until next time, glory to the eternal forever living God. And peace and blessings be upon your day.
True platonic relationships with like females?
None.
I do.
Platonic meaning like, yo, it's strictly just friends. You never dealt with them in the past.
Never.
Okay, but are these good-looking women? Like, are they? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Never thought about it?
Never.
That's cap.
Cap.
Why is that cap?
That's cap.
And they're good looking?
You're saying this is a good-looking woman,
Absolutely.
right? How long you been friends for?
Elementary school.
And you never once had a thought.
Never.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And what do you mean?
Hey, man,
I swear to God on my leg. I swear to God on my leg.
Why haven't you thought about like dealing with it?
Because
she's good looking.
There's certain things.
She always
Only you're friends because you guys have common interests, or like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the looks are there and the personality or whatever is there.
Fam, have you ever bubbled her?
Fam, it's nothing wrong to say that you've had the thought. You know
I know there's nothing wrong. I would say it. There's nothing wrong. I would say it if that's the case.
Say it then, nigga. Like, let's be real, nigga.
I just said, I swear to God, all my life, I've never thought about doing anything with this person or any of those people that I'm talking about who I have platonic relationships with.
Okay.